In this video, I will talk about a one-sided limits and how we can find them from graphs. Now let's take a small introduction about limits. We study limits because we want to find the undefined value of a given function. Limit of f of x, where x approaches c, when it's negative, it means where x approaches c from the left side. Where limit of f of x as x approaches c when it's positive. That means that it's approaching c from the right side. So when it's negative from the left side, when it's positive from the right side. Now limits in graphs comes in three different ways. It's called the discontinuous functions, where you might have whole, jump, or asymptotes. Jump and asymptotes, they do not exist, but whole is where you can find the undefined value. Now let's do some practice. Estimate each limit from the given graph. We said earlier that if it's negative, it's approaching from the left side. If it's positive, it's approaching from the right side. Question A says, limit of f of x as x approaches 0 from the negative side. So that means when it's negative, it's approaching from the left side. So this is our value 0, and we're going to find the function that approaches from the left side. I suggest you following the arm of the function as it stops through the jump. It stopped here at 0, so the y value is equals to 0. Now let's do B. Limit of f of x as x approaches 0 from the right side. It's the opposite as question A, it's from the right side. So the same thing, I'm going to follow the arm of the function, and it stopped at 2. Here's 0, and here's 2. So the y value of x where it approaches 0 from the right side is equals to 2. And now notice in question C that we don't have an indicating sign that indicates if we're going to approach a value from the right or the negative side. This means that if the negative side and the positive sides are equal, we're going to put the value here. But the value of the left and right sides are not equal. As you can see here, it's 0 and here it's 2, which means that this function does not exist. Now let's try to solve D. Limit of f of x where x approaches 2 from the left side. So I'm just going to erase that and use a different color. So this is 2. As you can see here, this is 2. And it says that it's approaching from the left side. So this is the left side. I'm just going to follow the arm of the function, and it hits here at the value y where it's negative 2. So it's equals to negative 2. The same thing, question E, but from the right side. So here I'm just going to follow the arm from the right, and it stopped here at 0. So the value of y is equals to 0. The same thing here as we did in question C. If the values of the left side and the right side are equal, we're just going to put the value. But as you can see here, they are not equal. Here it's negative 2 and here it's 0. So the limit or the function does not exist. Question G. Limit of f of x where x approaches 4 from the left side. Just going to erase that and use this color. So this is the value 4. And we want the limit or the value of y where the x approaches 4 from the left side. So if we're going from the left side, just going to follow the line and it stopped here at y equals 4. So the value is equals to 4. The same thing for question H, but from the right side. We're going to also use the same line, but from the right. So I'm going to start from here and stop at this jump again, where the value of y is equals to 0. The same thing for question I as we did in F and C. As you can see here that the values are equal from the left and the right side. Here we have 4 and here we have 4, which means that this function do actually exist at y equals 4. That's it. Thanks for watching.